Jermaine Lloyd Pennant is an English footballer who plays as a winger. Born in Nottingham, Pennant played for his local side Notts County as a youngster. He earned promising reviews in the youth team at County and Arsenal signed him in 1999. He struggled to make much of an impact at the North London club and spent time on loan at Watford, Leeds United and Birmingham City before joining the latter permanently. While an Arsenal player, he won 24 caps for the England under-21 team. He gained notoriety in 2005, when he had to play a match while on probation. He played while wearing an electronic tag following a drink-driving conviction. Following Birmingham's relegation in 2006, Pennant signed for Liverpool for a fee of £6.7 million. He won the 2006 FA Community Shield and also played a vital role in the club's run to the 2007 UEFA Champions League Final where Liverpool lost 2-1 to Milan. However, off-the-field problems continued to affect him and consequently led to him being left out of the side. He joined Portsmouth on loan before leaving to join Spanish side Real Zaragoza in 2009. His time in Spain was overshadowed by disciplinary problems. He returned to the Premier League for the 2010-11 season, signing on loan at Midlands club Stoke City. Following a successful loan spell, he signed a permanent contract at Stoke in December 2010. He played in the 2011 FA Cup final, Stoke losing 1-0 to Manchester City, and also played in the UEFA Europa League the following season. Pennant fell out of favour with Tony Pulis in 2012-13 and spent time out on loan at Wolverhampton Wanderers. With his Stoke career looking to be coming to an end, new manager Mark Hughes gave Pennant a new contract. However, after failing to make an impact, he left Stoke in January 2014. He then spent time playing in India with FC Pune City before returning to England, where he signed a short-term contract with Wigan Athletic. Early years. Pennant was born in the Meadows area of Nottingham, Nottinghamshire. His father was of Jamaican descent, his mother is British. His father Gary was a semi-professional footballer who inspired Pennant to play. His mother died from cancer when he reached 3 years of age. As a result, he helped raise his younger siblings, 2 sisters and 1 brother. Pennant recalls how as a child his favourite toy was a football, and how it rarely left his side. Pennant, who grew up in a crime and drug-infested neighborhood, credits football for saving him from a life of crime. When he was 14, he moved away from home and was living with YTS players who were 16, 17, and 18. Notts County provided Pennant a safe haven. Club career Arsenal Pennant was signed at the age of 15 by Arsenal from Notts County for £2 million, a record fee for a trainee at the time, but failed to fulfill his promise amidst a string of disciplinary problems. Pennant's career seemed promising following his move to Arsenal. He made his debut aged 16 years and 319 days against Middlesbrough in the League Cup on November 30, 1999, making him Arsenal's youngest ever first-team player, beating Jerry Ward's long-standing record by 2 days. Pennant's record has since been surpassed by Cesc Fabregas and Jack Wilshere. He continued to make League Cup appearances over the next few seasons, but had to wait 2.5 years for his league debut, as a substitute against West Ham United on August 24, 2002 in the Premier League. At first, Pennant became homesick. After that subsided, he began to get sick from not playing. It affected him greatly. He played for Arsenal for 7 years and only made 5 starts, including the hat-trick on his full league debut against Southampton in May 2003. However, these were also his only Arsenal league goals and he did not manage to secure a regular place in an Arsenal side that went on a run of 49 consecutive games without defeat. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger appeared to have eventually lost patience with Pennant, who had a history of turning up late to training. Between 2002 and 2004, Pennant spent time on loan at Watford and Leeds United. Pennant received regular first-team action at Leeds, who were relegated at the conclusion of the 2003-04 season. Birmingham City Pennant was loaned to Birmingham City for the 2004-05 season. He made a good start at St Andrews, providing Walter Pandiani with the winning goal against Southampton on his debut. Pennant then stated that he wanted to turn his loan move into a permanent transfer. On March 1, 2005, Pennant was arrested and convicted for drink driving, driving while disqualified and driving without insurance. He was handed a 3-month prison sentence by the courts. Despite this, Birmingham manager Steve Bruce and chairman David Gold vowed to stand by Pennant once his sentence was over. He was released from prison after serving 30 days and wore an electronic tag in a match against Tottenham Hotspur. Pennant signed a permanent contract with Birmingham on April 25, 2005 for a fee of £3 million. Pennant again struggled with discipline problems in 2005 a Euro 06 as the team battled against relegation. Birmingham were relegated to the Championship after they drew 0-0 with Newcastle United. Following Birmingham's relegation, Liverpool made a bid for Pennant. Liverpool. Pennant signed for Liverpool on July 26, 2006, on a 4-year contract for a fee of £6.7 million, potentially rising to £8 million with add-ons. After impressing in pre-season, Pennant made his Liverpool debut against Maccabi Haifa in a Champions League third-round qualifying match at Anfield, where he went on to win the Fans Star Man award. On January 20, 2007, he scored his first goal for Liverpool in their 2-0 home victory over Chelsea in the Premier League. On March 31, Pennant participated in a 4-1 win against his former club Arsenal. After not being chosen for the England squad to play Israel and Andorra in March 2007, Pennant expressed the lack of recognition from England manager, Steve McClaren, as frustrating. Pennant started the 2007 Euro 08 season in good form, putting in strong performances on either flank as Liverpool reached the top of the league table in the first month. He was, however, again ignored by McClaren for the England team in their European Championship qualifying matches against Israel and Russia, despite the backing of Liverpool manager Rafael Benitez. As Liverpool struggled to regain their good early season form following the international break, Pennant too could not maintain his form. On September 18, 2007, Pennant was sent off against FC Porto in Liverpool's opening Champions League match of the season. In January 2009, Pennant was loaned out to Portsmouth, where he spent the second half of the 2008 Euro 09 season. He played 13 league games for Portsmouth without scoring a goal. Pennant was not offered a new contract by Liverpool following his return, and subsequently became a free agent when his contract expired on July 1, 2009. Real Zaragoza. On July 9, 2009, Pennant passed a medical and signed a 3-year deal at Real Zaragoza. He made his La Liga debut first round of the season, and played for 71 minutes, and Zaragoza's won a Euro 0 win over CD Tenerife. The team had languished near the bottom of the table all season, and his performances had also come into question, as he looked uncomfortable and still seemed unfamiliar with his surroundings. On February 24, 2010, he was reprimanded by coach Jose copyright Elio Gay after turning up late for training 3 times in the space of 2 weeks. He was sent home on the 3rd occasion and disciplined. He never played for Los Blanquillos again. Stoke City. On August 31, 2010, the final day of the summer transfer window, Pennant agreed a 4-month loan deal with Premier League side Stoke City. Pennant made his debut for Stoke as a substitute in Stoke's home game against Aston Villa on September 13, 2010. Manager Tony Pulis indicated that he would look to make Pennant's loan switch permanent in the January transfer window. Pennant also expressed his desire to stay at Stoke after his loan spell. Pennant joined Stoke on a permanent transfer on December 29, 2010, signing a 2.5-year contract for an initial fee of £1.725 million, which could eventually rise to £2.8 million in the future. I think everyone knows how I feel about being at this football club. The supporters, players and management have been absolutely fantastic to me over these past 4 months, and I desperately wanted to stay here because I love it so much. I know I have only been here a few months, but it really does feel like I have been here for years. The atmosphere around the place is brilliant, So I am looking forward to the fact that I am here at Stoke now for the long term and back in the best league in the world." Following his transfer, manager Tony Pulis stated that Pennant must not become complacent. He scored his first goal for Stoke in a 4-0 win over Newcastle United in March 2011, contributed an assist in their 5-0 defeat of Bolton Wanderers in the FA Cup semi-final, and scored his second goal of the season as they beat Wolves 3-0 a week later. He also scored against his former club Arsenal. Pennant played in the 2011 FA Cup final as Stoke lost 1-0 to Manchester City. Pennant was handed the number 7 shirt prior to the start of the 2011 Euro 12 season. However, he reverted to number 16 as a large number of fans had already purchased a replica shirt with his name and old number on the back. Pennant went on to have an up-and-down season as he played in 40 of the club's 59 fixtures, helping the side reach the last 32 of the UEFA Europa League and the quarter-final of the FA Cup. But off-the-pitch problems dominated Pennant's season as he broke a club curfew twice, before matches against Everton and Crawley Town. This led to speculation over his future at the club, but Pennant insisted he was not looking to leave the Britannia Stadium. However, with the arrival of Wolverhampton Wanderers winger Michael Kightly, Pennant was unable to force his way back into Tony Pulis's plans, and on October 12, 2012, he moved to Wolves on an emergency 3-month loan deal. He did not have the best of spells at Molineux, making just 10 starts, and was jeered by some of the Wolves support for some poor performances, and returned to Stoke in January 2013. After returning to Stoke, Pennant had found himself out of the first team and looked to be leaving Stoke at the end of the 2012 Euro 13 season after the deadline for a new contract expired. He was released by Stoke at the end of the 2012 Euro 13 season. However, it was revealed that new Stoke manager Mark Hughes had offered Pennant a new contract. Pennant accepted the offer, signing a new 1-year contract on June 18, 2013. Pennant returned to the side for the 2013 Euro 14 season, and on August 31, 2013 he scored a free kick against West Ham United in a 1-0 victory. However, after making little impact under Hughes, his contract was terminated on January 24, 2014. Later career. On November 6, 2014, Pennant joined Indian Super League side FC Pune City. He played 7 times for Pune as they finished in 6th position. On February 21, 2015, Pennant joined Championship side Wigan Athletic until the end of the season on a free transfer. Pennant played 13 times for the Latics and scored 3 goals, all of which were free kicks, but was unable to help prevent Wigan suffering relegation to the 3rd tier. He was offered a new contract with the club, but chose not to accept. International career. Whilst on the England under-21 team, he was sent home by coach David Platt for breaking a curfew before an important game against Turkey. He later apologised for his actions. He also was sent off for punching Niko Kranjca in a game against Croatia under-21s. However, he did manage to make 24 appearances for the U21s in total, making him one of the 10 most capped Englishmen at this level. Despite being of Jamaican and Irish descent, he has so far opted to represent England internationally. Although he has played at under-21 level, he has not played for the senior team. In March 2011, Pennant revealed that though he would still love to play for England, he had made the Football Association of Ireland aware that he was interested in representing the Republic of Ireland, saying, "If I've got a chance to play international football with Ireland, I'm going to take it with both hands." Style of play. Pennant plays as a right winger who has been described by former Newcastle United left-back Jose Copyright Enrique as quick and strong with similar style to that of Aaron Lennon and Theo Walcott. Pennant is also able to use skill to beat opponents' full-backs. Personal life. In February 2004, Pennant was given a 16-month ban from driving after being seen driving in the wrong lane in Paddington, West London. On January 23, 2005, Pennant was arrested and charged with drink driving after crashing his Mercedes into a lamp post in Aylesbury, while serving a 16-month driving ban and uninsured. During questioning, Pennant initially identified himself as his friend Ashley Cole. Pennant pleaded guilty to drink driving and driving while disqualified, and he was sentenced to 90 days in prison on March 1. He was released on parole after 30 days and immediately returned to playing for Birmingham, although he had to wear an electronic tag at all times, including while on the pitch. It emerged during the trial that he was illiterate. In January 2011, Pennant's Porsche Turbo with his personal number plate was found abandoned at a railway station in Zaragoza with 5 months' worth of parking tickets. He was reported to have forgotten he owned the car. In April 2012, Pennant was arrested for drink driving, driving while disqualified and without insurance after being involved in a traffic collision. The following month he was banned from driving for 3 years and given an 8-week jail sentence, suspended for a year. In 2007, Pennant began dating glamour model Amir Grove. Following a domestic disturbance in July 2007, Pennant was arrested for a Section 5 public order offence using words or behaviour likely to cause distress for which he had to pay a fixed penalty fine. According to Grove, she ended the relationship upon finding CCTV footage of Pennant cheating, and took revenge by destroying £200,000 of his designer gear. In December 2008, Pennant's front gates at his home in Cheshire was ram-raided by burglars in an attempted robbery. Until January 2008, Pennant was dating Hollyoaks actress Jennifer Metcalfe. In October 2008, he reunited with former girlfriend Amir Grove following the death of her army officer brother and became engaged. Soon afterwards, Pennant's father Gary was convicted on drug-dealing charges and sentenced to 4 years imprisonment. In early 2009, Pennant and Grove broke up and Pennant began dating Metcalfe again. Following his move to Spain, Pennant broke up with Metcalfe but the pair remain friends. In May 2010, Pennant became engaged to Lara Murphy and they have a son named Trey who was born in August 2010. The relationship with Murphy ended when his son was a year old, when Pennant left her for glamour model Alice Goodwin. He married Goodwin in May 2014. Career statistics, as of match played May 2, 2015. Honours: Arsenal, FA Community Shield winner, 2004, Liverpool, FA Community Shield winner, 2006, UEFA Champions League runner-up, 2006 a Euro 07, Stoke City, FA Cup runner-up, 2010 a Euro 11. References. External links: Jermaine Pennant career statistics at Soxerbase, ofhistory.net player profile, ESPN profile, Premier League profile of Jermaine Pennant, BBC profile of Jermaine Pennant.